Hi everyone, my name is Danny Brown and I'm the CEO of Myriad Real Estate Group in Phoenix, Arizona, here with our July market update. Before we get started though, if you could like, share, and subscribe, I'd greatly appreciate it. As I've been reporting over the last several months, the real estate market in the greater Phoenix area is very much a seller's market. Currently we have right around 7,000 homes listed for sale, which is down over 43% from this time last year. People just aren't listing their homes for sale right now. But there are a lot of buyers out there fighting for the homes that are listed for sale. Currently, we have over 13,000 homes under contract, which is up almost 20% from last year. As you can see, buyer demand is way outpacing what is listed for sale, almost 2 to 1. If you're currently a seller or even a buyer, it certainly feels like there is a ton of buyers in the market right now and that demand is through the roof. This actually isn't true, and demand for homes right now is right about where it should be. As you can see on this graph, demand for housing in Phoenix fell off a cliff when the coronavirus hit and the stay-at-home order went out. Since then, we have come roaring back and demand is right about where it should be had the virus not even hit. If you're currently a seller in this market, you're probably receiving multiple offers on your home. If you aren't getting a lot of showings or receiving offers, then you're simply priced wrong. You can either wait for the market to catch up or do a price drop now to get it sold. Currently, the median sales price for a home in Phoenix is up over 9% from this time last year, not far off from my prediction in December of double-digit gains. Even though it's a seller's market, there is way more to getting top dollar for your home than just throwing it in the MLS. As a seller, you should still be demanding that your agent take high-end professional photos, send out postcards to all of your neighbors, put out flyers, and have a full internet marketing plan. Just because it's a seller's market doesn't mean that they don't have to market your home to get top dollar. The other huge item that most agents do nothing about is the appraisal. Typically, an appraiser will go back up to 6 months for comparable sales. In an inclining market like we are today, homes that may have sold even as soon as last month may be irrelevant to what's happening today. Because of this, we're seeing many appraisal issues where homes being bid up in price due to the multiple offers, then coming nowhere close to appraising for what the contract price is. As the seller, you should be demanding that your agent meet with the appraiser in person when possible to present them with a list of comps that support your contract price. At the very minimum, they should be emailing these comps to the appraiser when the appointment is scheduled. In addition, your agent should interview the appraiser to gain a greater understanding of their experience in the area and whether or not they are a fully certified appraiser. Some banks have been cutting back on using certified appraisers due to the cost and are using unlicensed appraisers to establish the value. If you've done upgrades to your home, especially ones that you can't see like new roofs, insulation, or new HVAC units, have this list ready to go with the cost of those updates listed as well. Make it very easy for the appraiser to see all that was done to the home and what it costs to do it. Furthermore, have your agent present a narrative to how you got to that price. Was it a multiple offer situation? And if so, tell the appraiser how many offers were received. My final advice is to address the appraisal process up front. When you receive multiple offers on your home, ask your agent if they think there will be an appraisal issue. If so, address it up front. Remember, it's a seller's market. Oftentimes you have the advantage of dictating the terms to the buyers. For example, I'll reach out to each offer and ask if there is an appraisal issue. Can the buyer pay above the appraised value in cash to make up the difference? If they can't do the full amount, is there a lower amount they can pay up front? Then get it in writing and make it part of the contract. There is a lot more to selling a home in a seller's market than just putting it in the MLS. You still need to work with someone that is going to go the extra mile and do the work. Otherwise, it can cost you tens of thousands of dollars. We recently had a client where we were under contract for $540,000. The buyer's lender did what is called a desktop appraisal, meaning the appraiser didn't go out to the house and just looked online for comps. They didn't tell anyone that they were doing this, and the appraisal came back super low at $470,000. That's a $70,000 difference. We worked with the buyer and their agent to change lenders so we could try the appraisal process again. We demanded that the appraiser go to the home. I met them there, did everything I just mentioned, and guess what? The home appraised for full list price. Don't leave your appraisal to chance. Have your agent do the work you've hired them to do. Now, if you're a buyer in this market, be prepared to constantly bid against other buyers for homes. It's going to be frustrating and take time. We have clients that have been submitting 5 or even 10 different offers on homes before getting one. There are things you can do on your end though to set yourself apart. If you love the home, write a thank you note. Written thank you notes go a long way, especially when you leave them in the home for the seller. We always carry thank you notes with us when showing homes just for this occasion. Also be prepared to include a personal letter with a family photo to the seller. The real estate transaction has become a very cold transaction due to technology. Buyers and sellers almost never meet in person. So you need to humanize the transaction, show the sellers that there's a human on the other side of the transaction. If you've been beaten out on other homes, tell them. If there are certain upgrades you love, tell them. If it's located in a school district you want to be in, tell them. All of these things matter. Selling a home is an emotional experience for sellers. They probably purchased the home for the same reasons you're choosing to buy it now. And you want to tug at those heartstrings because that can make a huge difference. You can also adjust other terms to improve your offer because it's not always about the price. You can increase your earnest deposit, shorten inspection periods, waive some of the built-in contingencies that exist in the contract. An easy one is to waive your appraisal contingency. That may sound scary, but you can absolutely do it in a way that still keeps you protected. When we do this, we order the appraisal as soon as we go under contract. This way it's being done during the inspection period. Then if there's any appraisal issue, you can still cancel during the inspection period for a full refund of your earnest deposit. Again, it comes down to working with agents that will have your back and the ability to think creatively to get your offer accepted. My final advice to buyers is to stick with it. This market is all about patience and perseverance. Once you finally get your offer accepted and close, you now get to enjoy the seller's market in terms of property value increases. You are also locking your mortgage rate in at historically low interest rates and will probably never need to refinance or change your mortgage again. Markets like this always make me a little nervous as the pendulum always swings eventually in the other direction. Econ 101 tells us that markets are constantly seeking to find balance, and we are very much out of balance right now with as little inventory as there is. As you can see from this market cycle graph, we're on the uphill trend where we were just recently headed down. Without failure, relief will eventually come, and more people will eventually start to sell their homes. I'm even fielding phone calls right now from clients asking if it's a good time to cash out of their home. The unemployment rate in the economy is still extremely high, and many of those people will not get their jobs back right away. Some of these people are homeowners and will need to sell their home to provide for their families. Let me be clear though, I do not expect to see a run of foreclosures or property values dipping anytime soon. There's just way too much equity in people's homes right now, and inventory is so low that I doubt that we are going to see property values drop or foreclosures anytime soon. Most of these will just be traditional sales, and you may not even know that these people are facing a financial hardship. If you have any questions or comments on anything real estate related, please let me know. I also do weekly real estate updates on my show, The Five, where I discuss the 5 topics affecting your wallet the most in 5 minutes. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we will see you next month.